So we had Justice Huni versus Troy Pilcher today. That was a very good matchup. Justice Huni is a guy who doesn't have a lot of knockouts, but he went out and he was aggressive in this fight. In the early rounds, he's not a very fast starter like Troy is. Troy came out and he was aggressive. You know, he's a guy who also does MMA, but he's a decent boxer, and he was trying to basically be aggressive with Huni, and that's something that a lot of guys have seen uh, success with, as far as being trying to be on the prowl and just be aggressive and alert and go forward, be on the front foot with Huni. When you're on the back foot or moving lateral, he kind of picks you apart. So a lot of people want to use that aggression. They feel like that's a um, a hole in his game is him not being able to handle aggression. But I don't think it is. I think more so it would have been better off if Fletcher would have thought about taking him into deep waters. But for him to try to start off fast the way he did, it backfired. Haven't really seen anybody in the early rounds, especially in the first round, try to come out and dominate him in the way he did. So, or try to do it in the way he did. So, for him to be aggressive like that, it kind of worked against him, because now Huni didn't have to work hard to basically start the attack. He didn't. All he had to do was sit back and counter, and sit in the pocket and exchange with him. And once Fletcher in the second round started feeling those shots to the body and everything else, started to slow down a little bit. Couldn't really do what he wanted to, and then Huni was going upstairs, and Huni, he doesn't get a lot of credit for going upstairs and giving people the business when he's in the ring, as far as his knockout power and everything else. But he's a very good fighter. He's a young guy. He's growing into his frame. No, the competition in this case wasn't levels above, but he's been in there with some very tough competition lately. So I feel like he needed to take a step back in this fight, which he did, and get his confidence going. And with the knockout, kind of surprised me with the knockout. I thought it might have would have went the distance, just because of Pilcher, what kind of fighter he is, and he's similar to a lot of other guys like Tulalele, but Tulalele is basically proving that he's a lot better at competition than what Pilcher is, because he couldn't get anything done, man. He started off too fast, and I feel like Huni's turning that corner right now, where he's not going to have a lot of guys who's below him as far as skill level try to catch him with shots and hurt him. There's a lot of guys that go into the ring. Their boxing ability isn't as high as his, but they're trying to go in the ring and stop him and get a stoppage and hurt him. So he's definitely looking at that scenario and thinking that he should be able to do better things and change the way he's doing things now. So overall, man, I feel like Justice Huni did a good job. He's growing. I feel like he has a very good IQ. He's been caught a couple times in fights or hurt or buzzed, but that doesn't mean anything. It's boxing. He's a younger guy fighting bigger guys who's been in the weight class, uh, and he's basically moving up now. And he's fighting guys who's basically are at a high level. So he's gonna have some bumps and bruises on the way, but I don't feel like it's gonna be too much for him to handle at this time. But Justin Huni did an excellent job, man. Great stoppage going upstairs. Referee jumped in and stopped it, but he did an excellent job being aggressive on Fletcher. I feel like he did. This is a fight that he feels like he probably could have did this against guys like Goodall and against Kevin Lorena. But in this fight, with him able to be aggressive and to counter the way he was in exchange, his defense was a little better. So I feel like he did a good job in this fight. He needed this. They've been pushing this competition up lately. I know he still is old enough to compete, but he still has some growing pains he got to go through. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.